Well, hello there, everyone, and thank you so very much for joining me for this week's reflection. I'm Susan Short, and I serve College Lutheran Church in Salem, Virginia, as the Director of Music Ministries, and I sure do hope that you're making plans to join us for worship in the sanctuary or via live stream this Sunday, the 6th Sunday of Easter. We will be reminded from the Gospel of John chapter 15, verses 9 through 17, of Jesus' final testimony to his disciples, where he repeats the most important of all his commands, that they love one another. Our selected hymns will focus on the spirit of joy and love and will include "My Song is Love Unknown" and "What Wondrous Love Is This." Today's reflection will focus on our processional hymn, "Joyful, Joyful We Adore Thee." As you are aware, the tune Ode to Joy or Hymn to Joy is the adaptation of Beethoven's famous final movement of his Ninth Symphony and adapted to a melody that fits congregational singing. So let's take a moment to learn a little bit more about the history of this hymn and the text writer Henry Van Dyke. The author of the hymn, Henry Jackson Van Dyke, was born in Pennsylvania in 1852. He graduated from Princeton University in 1873 and from Princeton Theological Seminary in 1877 and served as a professor of English literature at Princeton between 1899 and 1923. He also served as a pastor of the Brick Presbyterian Church in New York City. He was the author of a number of books, including the still popular The Other Wise Man. He went on to occupy a number of eminent positions, and these included: he served as the American ambassador to the Netherlands and Luxembourg. He was appointed by his friend, President Woodrow Wilson. Lieutenant Commander in the United States Navy Chaplains Corps during World War I. Moderator of the General Assembly of the Presbyterian Church. Commander of the Legion of Honor. President of the National Institute of Arts and Letters, Chairman of the committee that compiled the Presbyterian Book of Common Worship. According to an article that was written in June of 2020, and it was written by Robert Morgan in Faith Gateway, and I quote, "In 1907, Henry Van Dyke was invited to preach at Williams College in Massachusetts. At breakfast one morning, he handed the college president a piece of paper saying, 'Here is a hymn for you. Your mountains, the Berkshires, were my inspiration, and it must be sung to the music of Beethoven's Hymn of Joy.' When he was later asked about this hymn, Van Dyke replied, 'These verses are simple expressions of common Christian feelings and desires in this present time, hymns of today that may be sung together by people who know the thought of the age and are not afraid that any truth of science will destroy religion or any revolution on earth overthrow the kingdom of heaven. Therefore, this is a hymn of trust and joy and hope.'" Van Dyke's text is a multi-layered poem of praise. The all-encompassing text is meant to show the interplay between the joy given to God by his creation and the joy that we receive through his creation. The third verse is especially poignant in that it directs our attention from creation to Christ and reminds us that our joy means nothing if we do not live out of that joy and love of one another. Verse 3. "Thou art giving and forgiving, ever blessing, ever blessed, wellspring of the joy of living, ocean depth of happy rest. Thou our Father, Christ our brother, all who live and love are thine. Teach us how to love each other, lift us to the joy divine." I've included a photo in today's reflection of Van Dyke's original manuscript, and you'll be able to find numerous YouTube recordings of this hymn, ranging from contemporary praise band version by Michael W. Smith to a clip from the finale of Sister Act 2 with Whoopi Goldberg, and recordings of the final movement sung at Royal Albert Hall in London, as well as an excerpt performed by the Vienna Philharmonic Orchestra at Carnegie Hall. Perhaps my favorite. I do hope that you'll take some time to listen to just a couple of these. Thank you again for joining me for this today's reflection, and I do look forward to worshiping with you in the sanctuary or online this Sunday. And as a reminder, our service begins at 10 a.m. Christ is risen. He is risen indeed. Alleluia.